Sergei Kolyada, Russian, June 18, 1907, August 16, 1996, was a Soviet portraitist, still life and landscape artist. Most notable amongst the artist's work is the Old Moscow series, which is considered an important historical record and faithful witness of the landscapes of Old Moscow that are increasingly disappearing under the tide of modern development. Each of the subjects of Kolyada's works in this series were painstakingly researched using archival records and other sources. Biography: Kolyada was born in Moscow in 1907. At the age of 18, he was admitted as an apprentice to the studio of famous artist Nikolai Krymov. Krymov's mastery of impression and light is considered to have had an important influence on Kolyada's future artistic career. Kolyada's apprenticeship was followed by 4 years of study at the prestigious Superior Institute of Arts and Techniques v Kudymaz-Vutin under David Sternberg and Sergei Vasilyevich Gerasimov, after which he joined the OST Society of Easel Painters for 2 years prior to its disbandment by the authorities. The beginning of Kolyada's career coincided with the establishment of Soviet Socialist realism as the only authorized style of art. As with numerous artists of that time, Kolyada worked not only for the state in an official capacity, but also created a large body of impressive private works, including portraits, still lifes and landscapes. Although he was admitted into the Union of Artists of the USSR in 1972 and participated in many group exhibitions, during his lifetime he did not gain the prestige of colleagues who fulfilled the party's plans for art depicting revolutionary Russia. He kept his personal and artistic integrity, perhaps at the expense of lost opportunities for advancement. In 1945, a great number of his early paintings, including a number of avant-garde works created during his years of studies at the Kudymaz-Vutin and in the following years, were destroyed in a suspicious fire at his parents' home near the town of Tartsev, Smolensk area, where Sergei used to spend his holidays every year. Kolyada was a co-founder of the Society of Painters of the Moscow region. After the Second World War, he participated in a few artistic missions in the Pouchinsky Gory region, which inspired Pushkin, and in the kolkhozes of the Moscow region during the 1950s. In the 1960s, he started painting the landscapes of his old Moscow, a long and patient work which he willingly and passionately continued for over 30 years. In his last years, Kolyada traveled, painted and exhibited outside the USSR in Australia and France. He died in his beloved hometown of Moscow in 1996 at the age of 89. Career: besides a great number of group exhibitions, including at the prestigious Tretyakov Gallery and the Moscow City Hall for the 850th anniversary of Moscow Foundation 1997, Kolyada's long career is marked by important solo exhibitions in the Krymsky Vel Gallery and the Glinka Museum. 3 important Moscow museums hold a dozen of Kolyada's works acquired when the artist was still alive: the State Tretyakov Gallery, the Moscow Historical Museum and the Lunacharsky Museum. Since his passing, his work has received increasing recognition and interest abroad, with some of his works included in 5 different exhibitions at the Museum of Russian Art in Minneapolis in the United States. His artworks are also held in a number of private collections in the United States, United Kingdom, France, Australia, and Russia. Exhibitions: 1947 All-Union Art Exhibition, Artists from the Moscow region. 1949 All-Union Art Exhibition, Moscow. 1953 All-Union Art Exhibition, Moscow. 1959 All-Union Art Exhibition Portrait Painters, Moscow. 1966 Exhibition of Works in Memory of Moscow's Defenders. Dedicated to the 25th anniversary of the defeat of fascist troops near Moscow. 1968 All-Union Art Exhibition, Artists from the Moscow area, my region of Moscow. 1977 All-Union Art Exhibition, The Self-Portrait in the Soviet and Russian Art, Tretyakov Gallery, Moscow Catalog P50. 1980 Solo Exhibition, Glinka Museum, Moscow. 1980 All-Union Art Exhibition, Moscow in the Soviet and Russian Art, Tretyakov Gallery, Moscow Catalog P143. 1985 Solo Exhibition, My Moscow in honor of artist's 75th birthday. 1990 Solo Exhibition, Stolyarsky School of Music, Brisbane, Australia. 1991 Solo Exhibition, Russian Club, Brisbane, Australia. 1991 Group Exhibition, Central House of the Artists, New Tretyakov Gallery, Russian Artists of the 1920s and 1930s Catalogue, 1991, p. 60. 1992 Solo Exhibition, Étretat, France. 1994 Retrospective Exhibition, Central House of the Artist, Krymsky Val, Moscow, Paris, Étretat, Moscow. 1997 Group Exhibition at the White House, Moscow for the 850th anniversary of the Foundation of Moscow. 1999 Solo Exhibition, Saint-Pierre des Corps, Tours, France. 2003 Solo Exhibition, Saint-Hilaire de Riez, France. 2006 Group Exhibition, Museum of Russian Art, USA, Russian Realism Art of the 20th Century. 2007 January 8 to 21 April Group Exhibition, Museum of Russian Art, USA, Colors of a Russian Winter. 2007 30th April to 1 September Group Exhibition, Museum of Russian Art, USA, Soviet Breadbasket. 2007 19th February to 5th May Group Exhibition, Museum of Russian Art, USA, The Milkmaids and Friends. 2008 Group Exhibition, Museum of Russian Art, USA, Russian Impressionism on the Edge of Soviet Art.